Peace, peace, family, peace. Welcome back to A Place to Conversate. Here with your main man, your host, Jalil. Listen, if this is your first time joining our channel, please take this time out. I urge you to please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. So it's been confirmed, it's official. Controversial YouTuber Kevin Samuel has passed away at the age of 56. I have to say RIP to my man Kevin Samuels. I enjoyed his content greatly. I thought he was a breath of fresh air, being an advocate for men, speaking to the dysfunction of black relationships in the black community. You know, it's unfortunate. A lot of people are celebrating his death. He's been labeled as misogynistic and male chauvinistic. There's a lot of vitriol and hatred going on, particularly from a lot of women. You know, and it's unfortunate and very sad to see. What a lot of people don't realize is that for the first 5 years that Kevin was on the scene, he was actually being very critical of men, black men in particular. You know, he's telling black men to basically get themselves together, giving them game on how to come up, how to do better, protect our women, and things of that nature. As soon as he became critical of women, you know, all hell broke loose. And basically all he was doing was basically balancing out the scales. You know, today we live in a very female-dominant society where there's a lot of gender reversal, where the men are feminine and the women are masculine. So I think, in my opinion, I feel like Kevin was just trying to even out the scales and bring things back to the proper order as they should be. So, you know, it's very sad to see, and it's very unfortunate that a lot of people are celebrating his death. In just a few moments, I'm bringing on my two good brothers, Brother Ali and Drew, to give their thoughts on Kevin passing. But before I do that, I just want to read from this article from NBC News as it talks about Kevin's passing, and it talks about basically how his mother came about the news that he passed away through social media. Kevin Samuels, a YouTuber who became known for his controversial relationship advice, has died. His mother confirmed to NBC News. Rumors of his death first circulated on social media Thursday night. His mother, Beverly Samuels Birch, declined to release details about what happened. She said she learned of her son's death from social media. That was a terrible thing for social media to put that out. I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified, she said in a phone call. Wow. I hadn't even been notified, she said in a phone call on Friday. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. The Atlanta Police Department said officers were called to an apartment on East Paces Ferry Road, Northeast on Thursday morning regarding a person injured. By the time police arrived, first responders were performing CPR on an unresponsive man later identified as Samuels. A woman in the apartment told officers that Samuels had complained about chest pain and that she attempted to help him, but he fell. The police report states the woman called 911. Samuels was taken to Piedmont Hospital, police said. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office said in a press release that it performed an autopsy and the cause and manner of death are pending. The office listed Samuel's age at 53. Wow, I thought he was 56. That's what they're reporting, but it says here he's 53. Troop and Ali, you fellas there?
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts?
Shit, I mean, personally, I'm just offended that everybody's referring to his content as misogynist. You know, when you giving a man's point of view, that just seems to be the norm nowadays, to twist that up and make it seem as though you being misogynist or you trying to put women in their place, or I don't know. The misogyny thing is completely out of control, man.
Ali, what's good?
What's good, man? Well, I feel we've lost an important voice, not only in the black community but in the manosphere. You know what I'm saying? And try to get men to think a certain way about certain things. I don't think he was so much red pill, but he was definitely on track about how to make yourself the best man you can be to attract the best women you can attract.
No doubt,
And
no doubt.
We lost the resource today. And I think that we should be putting our next generation up on his voice and letting them hear what he had to say.
Most definitely, I agree 100%, man. And touching on what Drew just said about a lot of hate has come out since this brother's passed, man. You know, it's very unfortunate that our people.
Especially on the internet.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Black woman hater Kevin Samuels reportedly dead at 56. Like, what? Why would you say some shit like that? You know what I mean? Why would you say that he was a black woman hater? He was not a black woman hater because a lot of women were hating him because he told the truth. Is that what it's about?
Yes.
Well, not only that, but he also, you know, didn't shine any type of light on women that are successful and who put their careers before building a family. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very important, I think, to just society as a whole, because, you know, if you want to keep the nuclear family intact, you gotta start having all of these single mothers. You know what I mean? And the government need to stop trying to support the single mothers on continuing that progress or that process. You know what I mean? Of single black motherhood, and not only single black motherhood, because that's a disease that leaks into all the cultures in America right now.
That's
you know
right,
what I mean? Women,
that's right.
Women
That's
thinking
right.
that they can have these kids, and they don't even want to marry the dude they having the kids by. You know what I mean? So they having these kids in order to spite the men, and knowing that they're gonna get a check. And I mean, we've been talking about this for years, since I known y'all brothers, and I known y'all over 25 years. I mean, this basically, you know, the topic that is amongst the men already. So Kevin was just putting that on blast, like, and he wasn't holding no punches. He wasn't holding back no punches, and you know, if you watch his content, you can see, bro. You can see just how delusional these women can be. You know, and it wasn't just black women either. You know what I mean? That's why when they try and generalize them as misogynistic and anti-African American women or something to that nature, you know, basically villainizing him and his message, I just think that's more of a testament to what's really going on right now and what his message really stood for. So,
Criminalization of society.
Yeah, and the emasculinization of all of black males, especially, but all males in this society. Period.
All males. It ain't only a black thing. It's all males.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. I agree 100%, man. You know, it's sad to see that, you know, even if you didn't agree with his ideology or you didn't agree 100% with what he stood for, first of all, my hat goes off to him. I respect him because he stood 10 toes down and he never buckled, he never wavered. You know what I mean? So that right there, all respect due. But the fact that someone would actually revel in the fact that he passed on and made the transition is, you know, that doesn't say much for those people's character, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think that's just because you disagree with a person, you know, you saying what? You glad that the man died because he was basically telling the truth about a lot of, not only, like you said, not only black women, although he did point out a lot of the dysfunction with the whole, not only black, see, they point out the fact that he talked about just black women, but he also called out the men as well. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he called out the black women, see, that's the thing. You can't, anytime you criticize a woman, you know, you got to be villainized or demonized. You know, a woman can do whatever and everything's supposed to be all good. I guess the men are the only ones that can only be criticized. You know what I mean? And that's not fair. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Because he pointed out the dysfunction that was happening within black society, especially when it came to not only the men, but the women as well. You know, he's been demonized, he's been called controversial, you know, and I feel that that's unfair because a lot of what he said, if not all of what he said, to me, was spot on, and it was the truth.
It was definitely right, exact.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you shouldn't be having sex, if you're Christian, you shouldn't be having sex unless you're married. And you know, he
Christian or not, it don't make no difference whether you Christian or not.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Where it used to be a time where you had to invest in sex. You had to invest in it. You understand what I'm saying? You had to. It took a long time. You probably had to get married to really get right. You understand what I'm saying? Those days are long gone. Those days died with my grandmother's era. You understand what I'm saying? Where nowadays the sex comes first, and then once you realize that ain't worth. Oh my God, it's a trap, man. It's a trap, fellas, and you better recognize it. I advise you to listen to Kevin Samuels and Coach Greg Adams and Tom Likas. There's a few of them out there that'll give you some insight that you need as a young man. You understand? All of us is going to realize it by the time we're 50, so. But you need some information before you got 3 kids at 20.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the fact that he called a lot of women out on their bullshit, because a lot of these women talk about how, you know, they want high-value men. They deserve high-value men. Chicks rolling up in the spot with 3, 4 kids, you know, by different men. And then when he put the question to him, well, why do you feel you deserve a high-value man? And what happened between you and the kid's father? Oh, he wasn't shit. He wasn't this. He wasn't. But yet, you had a baby by this man. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't good enough to marry. You know what I mean? Totally confound the whole situation. You know what I mean? Baffling. You can have a baby by a nigga, but he ain't good enough to marry. You know what I'm saying? What's good with that?
That's what I just got finished saying. The sex comes first. You understand what I'm saying? So you wake up with this woman that you having sex with. You understand? And then you realize, holy shit, I don't even like this broad, man. I'm just fucking at a mile a minute. Now you got a kid by her. And what? You supposed to stick around with somebody you don't even care about? You don't like?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a trap. We need to take control of our fertility. We need to take control of our hormones. I'm talking about as men. You understand? Stop reproducing at a young age. Stop reproducing before you're ready.
That's the message I preach to my sons, man. And not all of them listen, but that's the message I preach. I mean, you know, I fuck with Coach Greg, but I'm gonna tell you, when I started listening to Kevin Shannon, it was a rap for like everybody, because the way my man's commentary always led to the main point, as well as his intolerance of the delusions of some of these people. You know what I mean?
Always gotta burst those bubbles, man.
Yeah, he was bursting bubbles, and that's why you see the sick type commentary now on the Twitters and all of that. Women happy that this dude's gone, bruh.
Well, a lot of them are, because he told the truth. You understand? And like a lot of times, if you listen to his content, the women be getting irate. They just trying everything to discredit what he's saying, and he stays calm, stays rational, points out the fact, doesn't get personal, he doesn't come down to that level that they're trying to bring him down to. He stays on the aloof, just telling you what it is. Be rational and think about what I'm saying, and you can't disagree with it.
No doubt, no doubt.
I'm a female.
No doubt, no doubt. And that's what I appreciate about him, because for so long, you know, this thing has been like woman dominant, and for a man to step on the scene and tell her like it is and stand 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying, and not waver and not buckle through all the controversy, through all the negativity that they throw at him, he still stood 10 toes down and basically was representing for men, you know what I mean? Because, you know, if you think about it, we didn't have no advocate out there really doing it like that. You had some cats out there that would give some game, but, you know, as we said earlier, man, the society has been pretty much dominated and continues to be dominated by women, or this whole feminine movement that's going on. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier about the feminization of the black man. You know, it seems like black men can't really get no shine and get no recognition for what they do. But it's all good, you know. You want to put the woman over the man, where the strong black woman, you know. But what about the man? You know what I mean? Have we moved so far away from the masculinity that we focus on, if it's not the woman, then it's got to be a feminine man to represent. You know what I'm saying? So for him to come, it's just been a breath of fresh air, man. I'm really, honestly, going to miss him and miss the content that he provided. So me personally, I'm going to go back and look at all the old videos that I've watched, you know what I mean? And probably a lot of the ones that I may have missed, because, you know, it's just kind of devastating to know that he's not going to be on the scene no more, giving us that game that we really need, man, you know?
Content on the real, I was catching, they was putting this content on still today, like from a couple months ago and shit like that. They was still putting it on the internet. And you can see it. I think it'll still be there if you're looking for it, won't it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be there.
You can see it online, and there's going to be those people that are always doing this commentary and trying to get their takes on what he does and all of that shit.
Yeah, a lot of people do that too. I've seen that too.
But we ain't gonna see where he was gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's the part that really sucks, because I think he could have took it a little bit further. But in all actuality, the beauty of it is now the message is out there, and there's others who can pick it up as well, and maybe not do it like Kevin. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody trying to do it like Kevin, but at least the message will still be forefront and center. I think this highlights the message. This does highlights the message, because now it's an argument on whether it is misogyny or whether it's really just the truth. Like we trying to say, he was
just telling the truth. He was trying to get women to realize that their sexual market value is different from a man's. You understand what I'm saying? A woman is born with her value. A man has to make his value. You understand what I'm saying? A woman is born with the value she's gonna have. You understand? And she hits her peak a lot earlier than a man hits his. You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt,
a woman ain't never gonna be better looking. A woman ain't never gonna be more valuable, more better looking, more anything than she is when she's around 20 years old, or really around 16, 17. She'll never be better looking than that. Never worse than that.
But to highlight that is really just stressing the fact that woman's value is in the womb. It's in the womb. It's not in what they bring to the table, or the fact that they could, get a good job or whatever. I mean, not to get me wrong, there are men who seek that in women. You know what I'm saying? But those aren't real men. You know what I mean? Those aren't the kind of men we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that you can't come up with a woman, but if you come up with a woman, I mean, just look at Ja Rule. Ja Rule's wife, he's been with his wife since what? Since before he even got on. He's still with his wife to this day. I use Ja Rule right now because his wife wasn't even all that, like, compared to the women that he should have had around him afterwards. But, you know what I'm saying, nonetheless, they stayed together throughout all of that. You know what I'm saying? And worked it out. And that's really the beauty of being with somebody, because you can't really know what you got until you put that time in, man.
You can't know what they're going to turn into neither, man. You can't never know what a woman's going to turn into, man.
Right?
Yeah. Yo, man, but like I said, R.I.P. to my man Kevin Samuels, man. I never met the man, but looking at his content, we're definitely men of the same vein, you know what I mean? And I feel definitely like I had a connection with that brother. Sometimes you don't have to meet somebody to feel like you have a connection. And with that man, I definitely felt like I had a connection, man. I felt like we had, the same type of mentality when it came to the perspective of, where we're at in society today when it comes to black relationships and, the man's position versus the woman's. So, on that note, man, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to give, you guys the last word. Any parting words you want to say in regards to Kevin Samuels, and whoever wants to go first, go ahead and knock it out.
Well, let me ask you, Jalil, did you ever figure out anything about what that dude Star was talking about?
No, I didn't, man. We talking about Star and the title, something about his death was drug related. No, I didn't. I watched the majority of it, but he never really alluded to what he was talking about. I never finished it, so I don't know if that was just some type of clickbait. I'm not sure, but he never ever really, and that was really odd because usually Star is very, very finicky about his titles because he's very he's very mindful of liability issues when it comes to certain things being said on his platform. So, but I'm gonna finish watching it and see if there's any type of substance to that. But no, he never ever gave any type of concrete evidence as to why he titled his the video like that. I doubt very much if it had anything to do with drugs, man. I really do.
I do too.
But
But like I said, Kevin Samuels is a voice we definitely gonna miss, and I hope that more brothers take up the mantle and start thinking deeply about these matters and putting their feelings on the line, because the young fellas out here need to hear this, man. I'm trying to explain it to you.
No doubt. You're definitely right about that, good brother. Drew, what's up? You got any parting words?
Man, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, man. You truly gonna be missed. I spent many a nights recently in the last year and a half, almost 2 years, listening to his content off and on, and I've gained a lot of introspection on just choices I've made in my life, as well as those I see others make when it comes to relationships, women. I salute him. For what he brought to the table, and the way and to the degree he did. You know what I mean? Because this dude was very, very on point, man. Very, very on point, man. We gonna miss him, man.
No doubt, man. I agree with you 100%, man. So on that note, we're about to wrap it up, man. I just want to say again, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. You'll definitely be missed. You got a lot of haters out here, but nonetheless, in my eyes and a lot of the men who you touched, you are a great man and you'll always be revered as such, man. Again, rest in peace, man. We're going to be missed, and we're going to continue to stand on it and represent for you, man. And on that note, man, I just want to be out. Say peace to the family. You guys stay safe. Take care of yourself, and we're going to see you on the other side. Peace.
Peace.